today we're going to be teaching you how to get a pump. I'm going to be training my boy Jesse. So Jesse, what do you do?
Well, we've got at Lay's number one entertainment company, so we provide DJs, Chrissy Joys, trios, bands. We've got special effects lighting, we've got indoor fireworks, dry ice, smoke machines, fireworks, anything you need for your next wedding event.
Ooh, whoa. All right, make sure you check it out. What's it called?
Double Trouble Entertainment. Find us on Facebook, Insta, our website.
Woo! Make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Drop a comment below. Peace.
I am with Kwame. Not Kwame. My good friend Kwame.
Alright, let's get straight into it. We're gonna start off with a military press, warming up with 15 reps and slowly increasing the weight as we go. Awesome. Now we're gonna load those deltoids with some weight. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be decreasing our reps as we increase our weight. So starting off with 12 to 15 reps and then slowly dropping our rep range as we increase our weight. As the weight gets heavier and heavier, we want to ensure that we're keeping our core nice and tight and minimize leaning back as much as possible. Hey! So before we move on, this video is sponsored by Riderwear Apparel. The tank I'm wearing is from the Energy range in Riderwear. Use my discount code Kwame10 and save at www.riderwear.com.au. Let's go. Alright, so moving on to a seated dumbbell shoulder press. We're going to be adding something I like to call a pause break set. The way this works is you rest for a certain amount of time and then we're also doing those reps. So we're doing increments of 2, starting from 2. So 2 seconds rest, then 2 reps. 4 seconds rest, then 4 reps. 6 seconds rest, then 6 reps, and so on and so forth. Let's go.
So the way we're going to be progressing with this exercise is going to be a little bit different. After hitting our total number of reps, we are going to be increasing the weight and decreasing the reps by 2. So stay tuned with me and I'll take you guys through as we go. Alright, just explain how these sets work. So the little simple rule is after every single set, we are increasing the weight and we're taking away 2 from the total number of reps. So our first set went all the way up to 14. We're onto our fourth set now. I'm using 25 kilos and we only going up to 8. So basically increasing the weight and decreasing the number of reps. Now we've got something called a penalty set. So we only use this when we are unable to complete our total number of reps. Now the way the penalty set works is you do pulse reps, so just shorter range of motion. you have to get 10. And if you don't get those 10, you have a 5 seconds rest break to get back up and do those 10. And you're going to continue this until you get those 10 pulse reps successfully. This is very brutal, and you just push your mind to certain limits to get you get you working. You can see me, I'm literally gone after this set. And you can see the weight being zoomed on, 25 kilos, no fake weights here, baby.
Alright, so Jesse's praying before his sets. 1, 2, let's go. Pump it up. 1, 2, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's go.
Is a lateral raise. Now what we're going to be doing here is something called pyramid sets. We basically have 4 sets of dumbbells, making sure we're increasing the weight after each one. We're going to be starting off with 10 reps of the lightest weight and moving up all the way to the heaviest weight. Now once you get to the heaviest weight, we're going to come down in a descending order, making sure you're doing 10 reps of each. This is brutal, takes a toll on your form as well, and you have to keep pushing through mentally to get there. Let's go. All right. Moving on to one of my most challenging exercises. We got our Arnold press superset with front raise into a massive or giant set. Now, what we're working with here, our rep range is 8. So we are doing 8 Arnold presses, and we're supersetting that with 8 front raises. Now, this is going to get heavy. We are increasing the weight after each set. We have 5 sets in total with no rest breaks in between. This gets very, very challenging, and I do use a bit of momentum with my front raise. And I'm just making sure I'm also keeping my back nice and straight, so I'm also not injuring myself while I'm doing this as well. So it's a little bit of swinging there. My form isn't perfect. I'm not coming right up to the top, but I'm getting a real big kick out of this. So this just gives you an idea of the exercise and the intensity of the exercise. You can see here, I'm also trying to slowly pick up the weight so I get a little bit more rest time. Your mind starts to play tricks on you. You start to use any little way to cheat, but at the end of the day, you're only cheating yourself if you take that rest break. So I have to quickly switch my mind back and get straight into the set. The expressions on my face says it all. I'm actually struggling through this set. So this one was literally giant set 1, Kwame 0. It really, really got the best out of me. And it just goes to show that my form isn't always perfect in the gym. I'm not a machine or a robot. I'm human. So some days they're not the best. Some days they're the best and very controlled. And, I get more out of it. Going through, I'm still working my way. I'm pushing myself past my limits. You can see on my face as well, too, while I'm lifting those weights. I'm really exhausted, but mentally I'm also not giving up, and persistence is the key, like with training. Like no matter what the challenge is, I'm always there to give it a go and give it my 100%. Like keep pushing. I also am very competitive. So I'm training with Jesse here as well, and one of the things with when you see one of the things you want out of a training partner is you want them to push you and you want them to motivate you to keep you accountable for your reps. So you probably would have heard Jesse screaming at me and get me to get my reps done, but I had to mute the background audio because the gym music was copyright. But yeah, that's it. Now I'm getting Jesse to get his sets in, and I'm sure you guys are probably sick of hearing my voice. So I'm going to put some music over as we go. All right. Moving on to hitting our rear delts. Our rear delts being our deltoids from the back. And these bring a lot of shape to our deltoids and very important but often missed. A lot of injuries also come from an imbalance with our rear delt strength and our front delt strength as well. Most of us always pressing, but we forget to work our rear deltoids. So we've got two exercises that we're supersetting here today. This is our reverse fly and our behind the back raise. Behind the back rear deltoid raise. It's actually one of my favorite rear delt exercise, and I love it. So you can see me here struggle with our reverse flies, and then I quickly jump onto our behind the back rear deltoid raise and giving it that massive kick, having very minimal rest breaks in between. I love that. I can feel my rear delts absolutely burning. To some tricep work. We are working with some slow concentrics. We have 5 reps of those. So while we're coming up over about 5 seconds. And we are going to be supersetting this with 5 fast reps. So great activation. That's why we perform slow concentrics, if you're wondering why. And then after that activation phase is done, we're pumping as much blood into the triceps. And then we're going to be supersetting this with dips. Dips are an amazing exercise. One of my favorites at the moment. You feel it if you do this properly and pushing right through my palm to ensure that my triceps are being activated like it is. Hey. time to volumize some compound movements. We are doing a close grip bench press. We have 10 sets and we have 10 reps. So we're gonna try and keep our rest breaks also quite minimal. Jesse just setting up for the set, ensuring his back is nice and tight on the bench and controlling those reps, getting a nice squeeze right at the top of the movement as well. Alright, moving on to this epic tricep. What we're starting off is with some rope push downs. We're doing some close stance, incline push ups to hit those triceps, and then bending it off with some dips. Now, the crazy part of this movement is that we are having no breaks after doing each tricep. So our tricep being our rope push downs, our bench dips, and our close stance push ups. There's literally no breaks in between them, and we're gonna try and hit about 3 to 4 sets non-stop. So this is quite brutal. Let me know how many sets you can do without stopping, without your triceps bending out. This is a challenge. So drop in the comments below, and we'd love to see how you go.
Oh, he's gonna rip my shirt. Oh my god, that's what happens when you're too big, bro. So we trained delts and we did some arms today. How do you find the session?
Mate, we're actually on fire. If
Do you
you're
get
training with Kwame, you know you're gonna die.
got a solid pump from it?
Solid pumps, solid pumps.
Awesome. What did you find the most challenging out of the workouts?
Most challenging, probably got mega sets. Got mega sets. We have 3 exercises straight after the other, no breaks.
Yeah, that was I found that I honestly found that intense myself too. Like, and it's like so easy to give up, but when we have each other like pushing each other, like again, it's such a mental thing. It's so much easier to keep going as well.
That's it.
Yeah.
Straight through.
And like yeah, obviously making like some crazy progress as well. How much you weighing at the moment?
110.6.
Whew, crazy. Getting thick, and his lips are going crazy and through the roof as well. Was an epic session as well. What are you gonna do now? Gonna go get some food. Get that food in, guys. You gotta make sure you get some food. And just a few things as well. Like one of the big things I actually noticed was you drink a lot of water while you train. And do you believe that's actually great for a pump as well? 100%. I that's something I definitely agree with as well. Awesome. It was such a crazy session. Got such a good pump out of it. We hit so many different styles of training. We incorporated so many different styles of training in one session, and I think that was the beauty of it. Like, started off with some military presses. I haven't done those for a while. Pushed ourselves. There's a lot of volume in there. Reps, lots of pauses, lots of slow eccentrics, concentrics, just to get those muscles roasted, to actually focus on the muscle. Train the Right Away gym, such an awesome gym. The lighting is brilliant, the equipment is brilliant as well. Overall, such a solid workout. Got a massive pump. Drinking lots of water, pushing that intensity to the highest level, because I know a lot of people do struggle with getting the pump in the gym. You gotta remember, intensity is such a big thing. Recording actually reduced that intensity quite a bit as well, because we wanted to be able to bring a few things to you guys, but we want to try and keep those rest breaks nice and short if you're not going heavy. Those are like a few little tips that you can incorporate. Some of the things are having a good pre-workout as well that has a good pump formula. Having creatine is number one. That's like literally. I personally had some electrolytes, so I had like Powerade in there as well. Yeah, and had to get it done. The last thing was just having the mental focus and having that grind. Training with Jesse as well, he pushed me, and that was a great thing. Having a good training partner is very important. So let me know in the comments what you want to see more of, because at the end of the day, we all learn. If you have any tips as well, post in the comments. I actually want to read it. I want to know your opinions. Bring it on our challenge as well. I want to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and boys up. Peace.